As an educator, I'm sometimes asked, how do I approach introducing somebody to the ukulele or teaching the ukulele? And I want to look at two main schools of thought. So one of the schools of thought is that when we introduce people to an instrument, especially in a music education context, we start by explaining what it is. We say, hey, this is the ukulele. It's a Hawaiian instrument. It's got a body and a neck and heads and strings, and we talk about the parts. And then we immediately talk about the chords, right? And so if you want to play the ukulele, let's learn the C chord, okay? Okay, well, that's pretty easy. And we talk about our fingers and numbering the strings, and we get all, okay, third finger on the first string on the third fret, blah, blah, blah. And then we go, okay, now we got to learn the F chord, because that's important. So we learn the, now I got two fingers, and we learn, I don't know, which one is a second and fourth, and then like that, okay, I got that. But we got to have the 5 chord, right? Now G is the 5 chord, but G7, well, that's pretty easy. That's easier than G for sure. So let's learn that. Now I got 3 fingers, and I can make a triangle, and okay, well, I've got my 5 chord, I've got my 4 and the 1. Now I can play, right? Now I'm ready to play songs. So that's one school of thought. That's kind of, let's call the classical or formalized way to approach playing the instrument, and that's fine. A lot of the books that we get start off like that. In addition to that, you might see an explanation of notes. That's always fun, right, for children? Okay, so I think you can imagine where I might be heading with this. So let's take all that stuff that I just talked about and let's move it somewhere else for right now. And let's think about another way you can introduce people to the ukulele that I would say is a more humanistic way and student-centered. And that way might sound something like this, or look something like this. Hey, check this out. What in the heck? Wow, I have no idea what this is. Why don't you check it out? I'll be back in a few minutes, and then you show me what you've learned. Show me what you can do. So let's see. I get the instrument. All right. Ooh. All right. Well, it's got. Get into these. Maybe not. Okay. Maybe that's not an area we want to go to, or maybe it is. Who knows? I've got some. Yeah, this is cool. I'm making music. What else can I do? I think I'm ready to show my teacher what I learned. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. All right, you get my point? Which way is more fun? Which way is going to draw the student in or help bring the musician out? Maybe a better question. So I'm a big fan of asking the student to show me about an instrument and not get into the formalized training until we've had some fun, we've played some music, I've given people a chance to experiment and find out something on their own, because I think, and this is just my opinion, but what do I know? You know, when we put people in a highly technical situation, it can be a little stressful. Like, oh, I got to get my fingers on the right strings and frets and all this stuff. And then how many ways now do I have to get it wrong? Well, every other way except doing it right? Which is a lot of ways to do it wrong. So we don't want to start off with, oh my God, this is so stressful and it's hard and my fingers kind of hurt and they're curving and I'm not getting the results that I wanted. I would rather see people experimenting, just messing around. I call that doodling. Well, I'm not the only one that calls that doodling. A couple other people do. I would recommend that as maybe an introduction to the instrument. Maybe even just ask people, and sometimes I do this, I'll hand out percussion instruments, and then I say, you come up with a name for it. And people get to name the instrument themselves, and sometimes their names are very amusing. All right, so maybe you can do the same thing with the ukulele. You can always talk about the technical stuff later, the history, the numbers, all that stuff. Mapping out the instrument for people and coming up with a teaching system. Like I said, that's all fine. However, when you first give somebody the opportunity to learn, to see an instrument for the first time, what about taking a more humanistic approach? What about giving them some time to just explore? Plus, I would add, who hasn't seen somebody playing the ukulele? Do we really need to talk about how to hold the ukulele and play it? Well, maybe we can dial it in, but I think most people can figure that part out. So instead of maybe going a little bit too slowly with the explanations, we can let children get right to music making and experimenting, with some rules, like maybe don't turn these knobs for now, or let them turn the knobs, and then you can talk about tuning. All right, I'm Kalani. I hope this has been helpful. If it has, let me know. I'll see you in another video. Thanks for watching.